Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Monday, February 18, 2019, and I am Blanca Izquierdo. New parking saddle apps, remembering everyone deployed, and Tarleton sports. These stories and more coming up next on Texan TV. In campus news, students might have an easier time getting around campus thanks to two new shuttle apps being offered by Tarleton. Juanicia Fraser has more.
Tarleton now has two new apps that students who take the shuttle to get to classes can use to request rides or track shuttle routes. Abigail Farrer says she's only used the shuttle to get around campus once.
I just feel like it needs to be more efficient.
But Farrer says she might consider taking the shuttle again, thanks to two new apps, Double Map and Tap Ride.
So a student may be over at the baseball lot and say, oh, there's a shuttle on it heading towards me. So instead of just starting my trek to class, I'll wait a few minutes for it.
Casey Brown is the program coordinator of Tarleton's parking services. She says that before, students had to call for a shuttle service, and in a lot of cases, they didn't know when their shuttle was coming. Now, students who call for a shuttle during the day can download an app called Double Map to find shuttle routes and pickup locations.
We do have normally two day shuttles running during the day.
And at night from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m., the Tap Ride app can be used to request and track rides.
It is kind of like some of the more popular services that you may use in the Metroplex, such as Uber, Lyft. Gives an ETA on when the driver will be there, and then also alerts them when the driver has reached the destination.
Farrer says she feels safer knowing that she can quickly get a ride across campus just by downloading an app on her phone.
I can find a ride really quick rather than sit and wait and be totally unsure of if they're coming or if they're not.
Casey Brown also tells me that the parking department has already seen a rise in students who take the shuttle ever since they started offering these apps. In the newsroom, I'm Juanicia Fraser, Texan TV News.
In more campus news, on Friday afternoon around 11 in Stephenville, fire units were dispatched to TSU for a report of a vehicle on fire. Located by the Financial Aid Center, the initial report was the fire was intentional. Two subjects were separated on the scene for questioning by the officer, and the fire was put out. The fire marshals were contacted, but there is no update on the investigation. In local news, Painting with a Twist will be coming to Stephenville on Friday, February 22nd. Sub and More Going Nuts will host the event from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. You will have your choice of painting a sunflower on a canvas or home on a wood palette. The cost will be $45, and you must register and pay before Thursday, February 21st. For more information or to register for this event, you can visit Sub and More Going Nuts on Facebook. In more local news, Wall supporters gathered around the Granbury Courthouse on Thursday afternoon to show their support for the soon-to-be-declared national emergency. Teresa Stewart of the Hutt County Republicans Club organized the event called March for the Wall.
Build a wall! Build a wall!
According to Stewart, about 30 people attended the march in support of Trump. Stewart told the Hood County News, anybody that doesn't agree with the good things he's trying to do, I don't know if they belong in this country. In state news from the Associated Press, the U.S. Coast Guard ended its search for a Southeast Texas fisherman, Dale Wolf, Saturday after the man's body was found in Galveston Bay. Wolf was reported missing on Friday after he did not return from a routine fishing trip in Swan Lake near Texas City. Wolf's 16-foot fishing vessel was found at anchor along with his keys, wallet, and cell phone still aboard. Coast Guard aided in the search with a helicopter and boat, along with the Galveston Police Department and Texas City Fire Department. In more state news, a worker severely burned in a 2018 deadly explosion at a Central Texas hospital has sued a Dallas-based utility seeking more than $1 million. Matt Aaron of Oglesby alleges Admons Energy Corporation failed to maintain its natural gas system and include a rotten egg odor to alert of the possible leaks. 3 people were killed and 13 hurt in the June 26 accident during construction at Coriel Memorial Hospital in Gatesville, 90 miles north of Austin. Investigators in November conclude gas natural flowed from disconnected lines into a boiler room. Wednesday's lawsuit, it says Aaron, employed by Lock Ridge Priest Incorporated, was nearby. Officials aren't sure what ignited the gas. Atmos on Thursday repeated earlier findings that no links were found on its natural gas system and odor levels complied with regulations. In national news, remember Everyone Deployed, also known as RED, started a Marine Corps base in Jacksonville, North Carolina. According to the RED website, there is no exact origin of how Red Fridays came about, but there are many news stories and articles about various people who have the Red movement in different parts of the United States. The mission is to show solidarity and support for our deployed service members every Friday until they return home to their families, carry the message to national levels, and serve the military community and their families by showing that they are never forgotten. In other national news, Patrick Cadell, the pollster who helped Jimmy Carter win his presidency, has died at 68. Cadell died Saturday in Charleston, South Carolina, after he suffered a stroke. Cadell worked with Democrats in the 1970s and the 1980s. Eventually, he drifted away from the Democratic Party and began advising supporters of Republican Donald Trump. He was a passionate man who wanted nothing more than to leave his grandchildren a better country. In international news, hundreds of European passengers have been stranded following a collapse of the British regional airline Flybe. British Midland Regional Limited, which operates as Flybe, said is filing for administration, a British version of bankruptcy, because of higher fuel costs and uncertainty caused by Britain's upcoming departure from the European Union. The airline thanked workers for their dedication and said, "It is with a heavy heart that we have made this unavoidable announcement." The airline operated 17 jets on routes to 25 European cities. It employed 376 people in Britain, Germany, Sweden, and Belgium, and carried 522,000 passengers on 29,000 flights last year. In sport, as reported by Tarleton Athletics, the Tarleton baseball team's losing streak came to an end Saturday. After suffering a loss in the first game of the day against Arkansas Fort Smith, Tarleton rallied back in the second game to shut out UAFS 6-0. Tarleton tennis pulled off an early season upset on the nation's number 11 ranked and the South Central Region leading team, St. Mary's Rattlers, 5-2. Head coach Lance Drake declared, "The way these ladies competed today was a lot of fun to watch. I'm excited to see if we can carry this momentum over into our home opener on Tuesday afternoon." For the weather, the National Weather Service reports that today will be cloudy, high of 46 degrees and a low of 33 degrees. Tomorrow will be rainy and cool with an 80% chance of rain with a high of 39 degrees and a low of 33 degrees. This has been a production of Texan TV News, a product of Texan News Service from Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. Watch us on Facebook Live and Apogee Channel 2.1 in the dorms at 12:30 weekdays. If you live off campus, tune in to Northline Cable Channel 9. You can follow Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website at texansnews.net for more of the latest news. The newscast was produced by the Texan TV staff. Thank you for tuning in, and have a wonderful day, Texans.